Hey, Kwame, thank you so much for recording this video for everybody. You've done a great job presenting for us at our in-person event and as well as our online networking event. And we wanted to capture that here so that we could share it with our audience for those that were here and want to watch it again, or those that missed it and need to watch it, having not seen it before. So,
Yeah,
appreciate you doing this. I'll go ahead and pass it to you because I know you have an intro about yourself in the presentation. And so I'll go ahead and pass it to you to get started and just walk through kind of what you shared during our meetings.
yeah, I appreciate it, Matt. And if anything, I love doing these types of presentations, really because I'm stoked about AI. And if anything, I just would love to leave people more educated about it. So let's hop right in. Yeah. Hey, so just like at the presentation, my main focus is to answer the biggest question that I get mostly with AI, which is where do I start? And so this presentation hopefully gets to show you how you can apply it so you can get a better synopsis on where you can start with AI, right? And so for those I don't know. My name is Kwame. I'm co-founder of Automate Elite, and we empower business owners to start mastering the new technology, which is AI, to help them serve more people, streamline their operations, and ultimately make more money, right? And so we've had the privilege of working with a few big companies, AT&T being one of them, Legal Shield, ID Life, and now Amway. And so our first case study that I love to bring up is Allison. So Allison works with MetGen Health, and she's one of the biggest distributors across America for ID Life. She used to do all of her follow-ups really manually, and to me it was really a shock because she has over 5,000 clients, and then with that she was still able to kind of have a touch base with them and still become one of the top leading distributors. But one of the big problems that she manually followed up with her leads, she was struggling to maintain a consistent engagement with her entire social platform presence. And then she also handled every FAQ personally, right? So she basically had potholes within her ecosystem, which when we showed up wasn't the case anymore. And so how we ended up doing it was we ran a three-phase automation nurturing system. And so basically the first stage was individuals who kind of know about her but not too much about what she does. We ended up catering to them with personalized automated follow-ups for that, just educating them on what she does. Second one was a bit closer to know about her and what she does. And the first one, which is the third, the closest one, is people who have already bought from her. And all these automations catered to these three phases. And so across her social platforms, this is Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and also text messages, along with her website, she has a centralized automated presence with each and every one of them. This saved her about 13 hours a week now to focus on her high value consultations that she has throughout the week. And that has given her a better ROI on her time as well. Now, this is pretty much a glimpse of her schedule, but now you can see that she has open pockets of time, which is the 13 hours a week that she was able to save. Now, we have the second one, which is And Michelle. She is the owner of Blueprint Evictions, and shockingly, she's been able to run that entire company and is doing pretty well by herself, right? And she was basically manually drafting her invoices, her notices. She was chasing down her clients for the signatures. She also had to coordinate with 4 process servers across 4 different counties. Tracking the deadlines was a huge thing for her. And most of the time, she was answering just a lot of the repetitive questions that she has already answered with a lot of her incoming clients. But it's kind of just the the sacrifice every business owner has to make is to constantly educate their audience. And that's one thing where when AI comes into the picture, you don't have to do manually or by yourself anymore, right? Now, she had really the capacity to take care of 10 to 15 cases per week, and that's because she was running everything by herself. Now, what we ended up doing was actually having her outline what she's already done and outline exactly the processes that would give her a huge ROI in terms of time, and then also her money too as well. And so she tried a lot of different things before finally resorting to automations, like an independent contractor, which costed her more time training that individual, more energy dealing with their emotions, and then also more money to pay a full-time salary for them. She tried hiring a virtual assistant that was actually in her mastermind, and let's say that just ended in a disaster, right? She resorted back to having to do everything by herself, which kind of dropped her back into stage one. And that's literally one of the things that most of my clients don't like, is that they get burned in so many ways that they just are discouraged by the time they get to us. And so we have to reassure them that, hey, this isn't a human that is emotional or has any sleeping time or has a break. You have an entire system that you have to train one time, and then it pays dividends for however long that you use it, right? And so her legal expertise weren't really being used for growing her company. It's pretty much being used to play maintenance instead of growing, right? And so when she joined us, what we gave her, or what we implemented, was literally just 2 AI agents, both custom built. And so the first one ends up taking in the new clients that end up coming into her database, end up drafting the notices that she would have to do anyways. And those notices that the AI would generate, it was based on her more successful templates that she ended up giving us, right? And so you can structure what AI gives you, right? So once the AI generates the notices, it would give her a notification on Slack, and then she would literally either edit it, where it will come back to her Slack again, and she would give the command like, hey, her AI's name is Monica. Sorry, yeah, I kind of have to remember the names, but her AI's name is Monica, and Monica basically is able to have a conversation with her. And so they will have a back and forth type of conversation, and that's why you can see this loop where she would say, hey, the date is wrong, you need to change it to this, or I want this specific amount of money from this notice too as well. And so it's kind of like having a ChatGPT trained on your company, right? On the small nitty-gritty details of your company. Once it's done, they approve it, the AI converts it from a conversation to an actual PDF form, and so it takes care of the code to actually generate that. That's just one snippet of her first agent. The second one is actually her email classifier, right? And so with the email, whenever she would have a client pretty much ask her about the processes, or how much it would cost, or just what they could expect, she found herself having to answer a lot of questions that she pretty much didn't really have to answer, right? And so those are some of the FAQs that business owners pretty much have to answer all the time, but their time could be much better spent growing the company, like I said. So basically, when an email comes in, the AI will classify it, whether it's going to be a customer support, where it has to do with their finances, if it's a priority, or if it's like one of those promotional emails that everyone receives, right? So that one pretty much is just going to be marked as read, you don't even need to open that, right? And then with customer support, we've trained the customer support agent to pretty much speak within her brand tone. And so that allows the AI agent to pretty much sound like her and follow the guidelines that she has already spent her entire career building for the company, right? This is in two phases. It would either be a draft or it would auto reply. We had it in draft mode for the first 2 weeks, and once she was comfortable with the responses, then it auto replies. And so that's just for the FAQs, the frequently asked questions, customer support, right? When it comes to financing, that's pretty much a message that will be sent internally to her. And then when it becomes a priority, that means it needs to be answered pretty quickly. We have the doomsday agent. So pretty much it would assess the timeline of when she needs to respond, create a draft for her, and send her a notification that, hey, we have a high priority email. This is the draft to reply. Just confirm, and then she will manually send it. So we still need a human in the loop, right? And so that's why you don't see another node here. We still need a human in the loop to for quality control and not give everything to AI, right? And then the third one is a local trades company, HVAC company, Air Care. So Air Care Heating and Cooling, they're a mid-size HVAC company that pretty much relied on two full-time customer service agents. So they had to have two people in the office answering the phones at all time, and then also scheduling, rescheduling, dispatching, sending out reminders, following up with existing customers too as well. So for what they used to do, they pretty much just kept it as a one and done type of situation. If once they ended up serving you at your home, if you weren't taking part of their membership program, then you're pretty much in their database, but you're just kind of gonna rot away in the span of time, right? They didn't have to do that anymore because with most of my clients, they're leaving money on the table without reactivating their own database. You spent so much time actually having someone trust you by giving you their hard-earned money. Why not keep that relationship going by staying in touch with them? Before, you used to need people to do that, but now you don't. All right, and so they would spend 25 to 30 hours a week on the phone, follow-up tasks, and all those necessary admin tasks that need to happen to run a company. But when it comes to like the seasons where they become really, really hot, where a lot of people are calling for their AC unit problems, where they call for their AC unit problems, they pretty much like let some of those calls just go. And for us, convenience is king. And so if one person can't solve the problem, then we're going to the next person, right? And so with Air Care, what we ended up doing was first off capturing the incoming clients that are already coming to their website and pretty much engaging with them. So we created April. April is an chatbot on their website that would collect the information from the clients, and then also send it to the team on their Slack, pretty much notifying them of the job details and also what needs to be done, right? With April, it's pretty much saved them almost 48% of time that they spend on the phone trying to answer the phone for inbound leads when people call them. So there's a voice version of April and a text-based version of it. This is a little bit of the notification that is going to be sent from April with the client name, the service type, the property type, the address, and then pretty much all the pertinent information that they needed. They didn't give me permission to just show like a real client's information, so this would just be test and stuff, but this is the format it comes in for them. right? And so the biggest question that comes up is, where do I start with AI? It's with AI audits, right? And so what an AI audit is a roadmap that identifies where you are today, the potholes that you have, and the tools that are available now to fix those problems. And then pretty much how to use them also comes with it. But you are shown what you need to automate first to bring the highest ROI, because AI isn't this magic wand that solves all your problems. It's pretty much like a smart calculator, right? Once the quality of your inputs give you a higher quality of output. And so with what AI is today, strategic implementation is the key, right? And so the goal is to turn your productivity into increased capacity so you can serve more people, and that capacity will turn into profit. Okay? And so if any of the things that I have said hit home with anyone that end up watching the video, then I would implore them to contact us. Our AI audits are complimentary. And so with that, this would at least give them a good idea of where they are, what they could do, and pretty much start implementing this phenomenon of a technology early, because if you don't, your competition will. And now when clients are looking for someone who is going to solve their problem the most convenient way, and AI is the solution to that. So yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it. So this will go out to those that had signed up for either of those events so that they can walk through that. And appreciate you going through it. So good stuff. I think yeah, those AI audits are key for people to just get a start and understand kind of where their business is at. So thanks so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it.